Never mind,
intro.
my friend. It's okay.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Three Marketer Show. This is episode 94. As you can see, we have our man here in the middle. What's up, Bob?
Yes, introducing our fifth marketer. Because the third
Alright.
marketer not feeling well, the fourth
Yeah.
marketer got $1 million deal that he wants to close. So we ended up with our fifth marketer, Bob, which is also my LinkedIn sivu.
Hi everyone.
What's up, Bob? How's things, Bob? I mean, share with us a little bit about your background, just in case we have some new people who do not really know about you yet, right? So, Bob, fill us in a little bit about your background, a little bit.
Oh, okay. So, not the grandmother story. Is there feedback? No feedback, right?
No feedback.
It's okay, right?
Everything
Audio
looks good. Sounds good.
Yep, all good, all good.
Okay. So 10 years plus in marketing, I think 13 years. I have started my career in traditional, and also did startup marketing for a while. And today's topic, I think, on funnel. So I also did like online course selling, physical course selling. And then right now I'm a LinkedIn marketing consultant. So I help companies and businesses and coaches when it comes to LinkedIn.
Awesome.
And yeah, that's basically it.
Wow.
I mean, actually, the other day I was just having a discussion with Bob, and we were talking about back then when he was the head of marketing for one of the most respectable so-called online coaching.
School.
I mean, it's a coding school, right, Bob?
It's a school, right?
It's a school, right?
Yeah.
It's a coding school, right?
Yeah.
I was just telling Bob that how much I loved their ad when Bob was there. And after that, things changed a little bit, right, Bob?
Yeah, that's the lacking the Bob magic lah.
Yeah, totally lacking the Bob magic. Because the other day I was just telling Bob that, in fact, I really respect the ads that are coming up from that company or that organization when he was there. When he was sitting in the throne of being the head of marketing, right? Head of marketing. I think we lost Bob a little bit, but nonetheless, I'm just you're still there. I just worry that I probably lost you a little bit. So yeah, so because at that point of time, right, they were so. I mean, I must say. The way you do marketing or the way you guys did marketing back then was really I see a lot of like substance there, and you guys were having a lot of creativity, and it was really something that I was really look up to, and I will even talk about that during one of my training, because I say that, hey, you gotta really look at how these guys run ads, the way they structure this thing, the way they position it, the way they capture attention was really something.
Yep.
I really want to give it to you, man. But we don't want to mention which school. I mean, unless accidentally Bob leaked it halfway here and there, then I don't know. But, seriously. But things changed, since then. I think Bob went on to become his master in LinkedIn marketing. And then eventually, like he's here today to talk about funnel building, right?
Yeah.
But I think we had... Yeah.
Mostly, the thing with marketing is, if you look simple and it catches your attention without being so-called, bombastic and all those things, I think those are the really, really cool.
It's actually not easy. Marketing. It's not easy. After doing marketing for like 10 odd years, we realized it's actually...
Yeah, don't worry about my visual. You just me a question anyway, if I'm frozen. I hope I'm not frozen. I see
you're still there.
I'm frozen.
No, we're just really like...
I will only be there. Just whether my video moves or not.
Okay lah, it's okay. And as long as your voice is there, because fundamentally what we need is really your wisdom, coming from your words and all that.
Yeah.
Right?
As long as you're not digging your nose and then you got frozen, then a bit crappy lah. We have to remove your image lah. But now it's
man. That if frozen while digging your nose, I don't know what to do with that. Okay. Make sure you hold your hand, right? But you still there, Bob?
Yeah, I'm definitely there. I'm always here.
Okay, cool.
So so what is the first thing we want to talk about?
We want to talk about funnel building, because the other day you were saying that, now, because the other day you were explaining to me about your funnel that is really working so well right now, right? How long does it take for you to build such funnel? Or maybe you want to explain to us your current funnel, how it works right now. Would you be able to share with us?
Okay. Actually, I'm here. I am honored to be here, and I also might have questions. So I also want to ask, because Jason and you also have your own funnels.
Yep.
And today I watched video as of research for the show, right? I also watched a video, and there are actually I saw that there are 7 type of funnel, 7 types.
Oh.
So there are some funnels with free challenges, right?
Right.
Some funnels with video sequences. They will send like 4, 5 sequence. Mine is a webinar funnel.
Yep.
So mine is a webinar funnel, as Andrew is very clear with that. I
Yes.
share webinar funnel, and there are some that are so most that is most course funnels. So some will ask you to sign up for the free mini course, and the free mini course is not really a course, it's just like 7 emails, and then you, after the last email, they ask you to buy or book a call. So these are the different types of funnels. For me, as a LinkedIn, as someone in LinkedIn marketing, I showed Jason. Andrew also knows this. I showed Jason my LinkedIn event. So my LinkedIn event, my webinar topic has like 1,000 attendees.
Yep.
Powerful.
Okay, so 5,000 attendees. Why is it powerful? Is all these 5,000 people, at least they are interested in the topic. So they are interested in the topic. So they are not there to learn something else. They're interested in the topic, and they are when they attend the webinar, they are a captive audience that you can sell to. So the challenge is to get these 5,000 in the first place. So of course, there are multiple ways. So on LinkedIn, the best way is, the hack is LinkedIn events. I was just telling someone today, LinkedIn events is amazing when it comes to that. So when it comes to LinkedIn events, once you create a LinkedIn event, it will have a network effect. So for example, Andrew and me attend an event, it will share to our audience that we are attending this event, and it will have that network effect to go out and geo people to come to the event. So no other event platform does as well. Eventbrite has a little bit. I'm exploring .com has a little bit, but LinkedIn event so far is the most powerful one for this. So that's why the funnel works: 0 ad spend, then 5,000 over attendee for 5,000 over emails lah. Don't call that leads. So 5,000 over, okay lah, can call that leads in the
Yes,
ads
those
per
are
page,
leads. Yeah,
They
those are
are.
leads.
Yeah.
So I have, that's my only event. No, that's not my only event. I have like 4 or 5 going on. So total maybe got 10,000 people sign up for my events lah.
Nice.
So that
Crazy.
is my free funnel. But also there are many ways to get those attendees. Mine is a webinar funnel. I sell during the webinar and post webinar also. But would love to know, like, what other funnels work as well.
I mean, thanks for sharing your funnel, seriously, Bob. I mean, before we go into that, I mean, was that your question? What funnel work? Was there a question? Maybe we can actually spin off a little bit about what we did for us.
What's your experience with other funnels?
I definitely did the challenge funnel. Right?
I tried the email
you
funnel
did the
before.
challenge funnel.
Yeah, I did the challenge funnel in 2020. I mean, my 6-day challenge was a challenge funnel.
Yeah.
So it was actually a paid funnel
Oh.
where I was selling a 6-day challenge at $9.99. Back then, we were actually selling that at about $10. So what we did was we get people to come in and, we pour our heart and soul the 6 days. It was really not easy, I must say. You got to pull through the 6 bloody days.
Yeah.
Although you say it's about 1 hour plus per day, but then again, 6 days in a row can also be very draining. So, but it worked really well for us. I mean, I did that for about 6 months. I think generally during that period of time, I think we racked in about close to more than 1,000 people, and we generated multiple 6-figure revenue in that one.
Wow.
I mean, that was I would say the only challenge funnel that I did. After that, I dare not do that already.
6 days was crazy. Then I shortened it out to 3 days.
I nearly died, seriously, because you imagine at that point of time, right? I was doing it twice a month.
Yeah.
So practically 2 weeks, I mean, was really the time where I would spend about less than 2 weeks to market it. And then after that, we will have all these people in and we do 6 days. Yeah. Then after that, we have upsell and all these funnel thing, the back end selling and all that happening. Yep. And then after that, right, immediately it winds down. I need to start at marketing another one already. I was like, holy crap, I tell you. But it was really powerful. One thing I like about that was it built my reputation really fast.
And the good thing is also upfront, because we charge upfront. We don't do a free one.
So
the
technically,
idea
we don't
was,
lose money,
yeah,
we make
the
money.
lead generator is free because he ran ads for it.
Yeah.
But to be able to hit the 6-figure based on $9.99 upfront offer is because of the upsell.
Yeah, it was really the upsell.
So these are the combination that actually gives the numbers.
And then along the way, I've also tried something like you mentioned, like the video sequence funnel. Yeah.
Sorry,
you were
can I
saying?
ask questions about that?
Oh, sure.
Okay, so I hope I'm moving now. I changed my resolution to low resolution. That's
Okay,
all.
Okay.
So I think I'm moving.
better.
So I'm moving now. At least I'm moving lah. Even though it's a bit blur. So okay. So let me understand. Let me funnel hack that a bit. So okay. So for the listeners, okay. So first stage is Facebook ads to landing page,
Yep.
Yes.
landing page to a challenge, free
Yep.
or
No.
paid challenge,
Paid.
free challenge.
Mine is a paid challenge. $9.99.
Yes.
$9.99 US dollars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
6 days challenge.
6 bloody days.
1 hour a day.
Awesome. Then last day, what do you upsell? Full
We were
cost.
actually upselling my inner circle. Inner circle together with some, a bunch of courses lah. Inner circle plus a bunch of courses. So I think we were selling around about 297 or 397, something like that.
Can't remember. It was so
Can't really
Awesome.
remember. It was a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
And the good part is he can always change his back end funnel. He can always change his back end offer. Sorry.
Yeah, the band offer we always change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what was the reason you were trying to shorten it?
I did not try to shorten it because I realized 6 days is really 6 lessons. It was necessary. But what happened to me was, I think I got really tired.
Because it's all
I got
live
really
training, is
tired.
it?
I got really tired.
Yeah.
It's a very tiring journey.
It's 6 days of you teaching.
Yes.
Fucking live,
For 1 hour a day.
Yeah. Although it's 1 hour a day,
And
but it's still, yeah.
So it is. Then it's periodic lah. That means you have to have a launch lah. That means you have to have like, I'm going to do this 6 days next week or something.
Yes. And imagine I do it twice a month, twice a month. Technically, there are 2 launches every month.
I would say run it for 1 week.
say
1 week promo, right? 1 week promo and then
1 week
live.
promo. 1 week promo lead up to that. Yeah. 1 week promo. Yes. It was that.
Yeah, so like I think the other types of execution of this I've seen is like they will send you 6 videos instead of live anymore. Lor. So make it free instead. I've seen that alteration, but very good because for the listeners, right? When you start out, always do things super manual. Then you will learn. You will see a lot of things.
Absolutely.
If you're starting out, I highly recommend doing it like that. Because you get to learn and get to see a lot of things rather than the automated stuff.
And since you're at this topic, right? I'm sorry, Andrew, you go ahead. I want to talk about my mistake. I want to share with you.
Oh, yeah. Why not? Okay, let's go.
You go ahead first. You wanted to say something, you go ahead.
The thing why I think when Jason did this, we decided to go for live is because it gives us a chance to interact with the audience, number one. Number two is it also allows us to refine the messaging and the way we teach. Right? So every session we do this, there's learning lessons. And then the good thing is after end of 6 days, and normally Jason is the last minute guy, he will only think of the offer at the end of day 5 or day 6. And that also depends on the interaction with the audience. So that is, and Bob, you're perfectly correct in the sense that let's do manual first until you get it running, get the gears moving, then only you automate. And the problem with automate is you lack that human touch.
Yeah. I think at that point of time, I mean, thanks for putting that seriously, Andrew. I think that will circle back to where I want to share a little bit about my mistake because, okay, like what Andrew said, me being a last minute person, I iterate a lot along the way. And at one point, right, I think I actually over-iterated and I lost focus on what's supposed to be the reason why I started. At one point, I actually got distracted because at one point we were chasing, we were trying to actually increase at one point I was trying to increase the conversion. So we actually iterated and tweaked the offer a little bit. And after several tweaks, right, I sort of lost it in a way. The closing momentum, or so-called the closing power, was not that good anymore. So it's very important for one thing that I can share with you right now is, if you have built a funnel that is working to an extent, I would suggest that you at least let it grow for at least 2 to 3 months before you do a very major iteration.
We did that. Did we
No,
changed a few things along the way.
I changed a lot more
You
often.
changed after that, yeah.
I
Okay.
changed a lot more often. So towards the end of it, right, things got a little bit more messy already. That's why, although it was still converting, but of course, it was a very many situations coming together. At one point, I was really tired because, done too much. And after that, I was doing something else also, because we launched some other programs and all that. So I realized I needed a break. So we turn it into like what Bob mentioned. It's an automated now instead of like a live. So people will buy still, I think still $9.99 at the very beginning, and then they will receive the 6 lessons. But that will totally lose the upsell already, because, to be very frank, if your funnel involves an upsell, okay, nothing beats live selling. As in, like, the pitch has to be there live. You cannot automate and pitch. It's very difficult to convince people to take up the offer, because they can't feel the connection.
Yeah.
That's what I learned from that.
Amazing point. And that's why I always encourage people to do manual, because I have a webinar funnel. And to be honest, right now, I still do 2 webinars per week. I have one for Asia time zone, one for US time zone. I still do it myself.
Right.
And it's about 45 minutes. I still do it because I want the sale. Like, people ask me, why don't you automate the webinar? Like, all those webinar jam,
Correct.
all the, all the
Fancy
Russell
stuff lah.
Brunson, Peng Joon,
Yep.
they just automate the webinar. And they also know when you automate it and it's recorded, the sales will go down.
Yeah.
But they do it anyway because they got enough war chest to play with. They got enough brand, number one. They got enough brand. So all those that automate, they are like Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins can automate. Their brand is super big.
Yeah.
And then, like, they also have a money to play. Huge need to play. So number one, when your brand is big, right, you can charge Gao like $2.99. So where do the margin high, and then, like, they go for high churn. No, that means they go for massive churn. So they go for like big win, big lose, lo. So it's like bullet gun like that. They can do it because got money. So people ask me, like, why not record a webinar? Because you really will lose the sale. And my funnel is free. So the downside with a free funnel is that I cannot scale a free funnel. I know I can scale the more free stuff. A paid funnel, the way to do is to add more money.
Yep.
And
A free funnel, I need to create more LinkedIn events.
actually, very true. Very true. I mean, I can actually relate a little bit, because along the way, I did a lot more different kind of funnel, like webinar funnel, especially webinar funnel. So eventually, we created several webinars, and it worked well for us to a certain extent. And what I did was, I was trying to experiment if we are able to automate a webinar, because, okay, the challenge and the webinar are different in my opinion. Now, the challenge was, it was very daunting. 6 days is not easy, to be frank. 6 days. So I didn't do that. But then again, when we turn it into a one-day webinar, as in like 1 hour each kind of webinar, it's a lot more manageable. And I did something for more than 6 months or so. And I recently just turned the Numbers That Matter workshop, which is one that worked really well for us in the past 6 months, into a what do we call an automated webinar. So what I can share a little bit about how can you make an automated webinar work. Okay, what I'm actually doing right now is, towards the end of webinar, we offer a time-sensitive one-on-one session. You get what I mean?
So you still manage,
I still bring them in to talk to me
have
one-on-one.
that conversation. Yeah, okay.
So that particular one-on-one, I position it as a as a session where you can come in and ask me questions for half an hour. I usually charge 197 for this. Now you get it for free if you claim this within an hour. That work. That saves me the hassle. I mean, I wouldn't say it's hassle. Like, in fact, 6 months plus doing the numbers that matter workshop, I was kind of enjoying it. But then again, of course, we wanted to see if we are able to, because like I said, this time I learned the lesson already. I said, okay, I don't simply change it without doing it for long enough. So I've been doing it for 6 months already, and I was thinking, okay, I think we can change it already. So we did that. So it's still, it worked. It actually worked. It worked because the moment they come to one-on-one, it's a lot easier for us to talk about, closure. It's a lot easier for us to talk about the upsell because eventually they have already learned, they have already gained value from that.
Yep.
So that's how I believe if you want to really automate something, and yet you don't want to come to the Tony Robbins level or Peng Jun's level, right? Then probably you want to actually add a little bit that's within, like the middle part.
But for people like Tony Robbins and Peng Joon, what they're doing, the automated, is technically speaking, they're lead magnets. To them, it's a lead magnet.
Yeah.
So they treat it this way. So they can afford to let it run. And one of the reasons why I think we started with $9.99 was because we want to use that as a filter.
Yeah, very true.
Right? So it's not that we're going to make a lot of money. Jason's going to make a lot of money in $9.99, but by virtue of having that, people who are seriously interested will pay for it, and now they will attend the session. But if you do it free, you probably get a bigger number. But the problem is then the so-called the message will be diluted because some of them are either new or they're just checking it out, or they may attend after one day and then they don't show for the rest of the days.
But Bob, we want to quickly check with you. When you're doing your free webinar on LinkedIn, right? Okay, what is the turn-up rate? Let's say 100 people sign up. Usually how many percent will turn up?
I would say 50% to 30%. Yeah.
It's like 30 to 50, right?
Can you hear me?
It's about that.
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
30 or 50. About that, lor.
About that, lor. About that, lor. But when you're doing paid, 80% turn up, I don't know.
Yes.
But very difficult, because it's
Paid webinar, is it?
Yeah.
Paid webinar.
80% turn up.
Yeah. The challenge is a paid challenge.
Yeah, I mean, the paid challenge. So, I mean, it's a chicken and egg. That's why I think yesterday you sent me the video about how to draw the, kind of work backward, how to do all the, calculation and work backward and how to get the number that you need to make that kind of money. That's why it's very important for us to understand. Let's say if you need 100 sales, and in order to get 100 sales, you probably need to have maybe 200 calls. And in order to get 200 calls, you probably need to have maybe 500 people attending a webinar. Then you work backward. All these bloody numbers, you have to actually get into the numbers. So that's why for a lot of so-called funnel builders, I would say, especially those new funnel builders, me being that went through that several times as a new funnel builder, was, I think, to be able to get hold of the real number and to really, how to say, understand it and use it to your advantage is also a very important thing to do. That's what I think. By the way, we have some comments over here. I mean, today is just 3 of us. That's why Cheryl was asking. We are missing one marketer missing.
Yeah.
So one marketer is
Manfred just decided to grow a beard and looks a lot more handsome. And he also changed his name called Bob.
Okay. That's a good one. Yeah. And then Chiwa was saying the FOMO sometimes work on you only because it's Jason. Thanks for that though. Yeah. But to be frank, the FOMO is not. I wouldn't say it's like. Sometimes you have to plan it very carefully also. Because the FOMO is like the fear of missing out, right? About the time sensitivity, about the so-called limited time offer, about the price, limited time pricing and all that. All this has to be, in a way, design is one thing, implementing is one thing, but how do you pitch it and to be able to express and make people feel like buying, that's also another thing. I think there are too many things involved in building a funnel.
Yeah.
Anything
After
else you would like
2 years,
to?
2 years of pandemic, people are kind of used to the FOMO thing. They no longer FOMO already.
Yes, and the FOMO is missing, and the FOMO is totally missing.
Yeah.
That's
Unless
why,
the offer is really, really good.
yeah, because recently we were discussing, like we have been we like Andrew and I observe a lot of funnel builders. We observe a lot of those so-called course creators, like coaches and all that, right? Somehow, right? What do you think, Andrew? The other day we were talking about this, right? I think the audience evolved a lot in the past 2 years. Like one thing I realized is if your upsell is purely courses, I can, I mean, this is my opinion. I can safely say 60%, 60 to 70% of chance it will flop.
Very likely.
Yeah, I mean, my argument is this. Okay, in the past 2 years, we have signed up enough courses.
Yes. Paid through
We
our
have,
nose.
we have signed up enough courses, and in a way, right? I don't know about you, man. In my opinion, courses. I'm not saying that it's dead or no longer working, but it doesn't work as it used to be anymore. I think what people want is something that is more like, like interactive or more personalized learning experience. I don't know. What do you think, Bob, on your side? What kind of offer works well for you? I mean,
I think courses still can work. I personally, I don't have a course. I just discussed with Jason. I personally don't have a course,
Right.
but I still think courses can work, and they still are people hungry to learn. Like I'm still going to buy a course, let's say on singing or whatever. I'm looking to buy a course. It's more like who is doing the course. So like
mm,
I want to learn from Jason because I consume a lot of Jason's content. I consume a lot of Chris Do's content. So I want to get his course also. So it's not about the need. It's more about the personality.
it's about the
If
connection, no?
there's because
Yeah.
no matter what subject, there are already courses out there. You are not the first person to create it,
Absolutely.
but it's more about your brand and working with you. And yeah, so I think courses will still go. Of course, if you can, like myself, I have a group program instead of a course, because I know group program I can really pull them and really make changes. Of course, it's more expensive than a course, but I do see people who want to learn self-paced or they just want to consume your content in a course format, still valid as well. It just depends on how you market yourself.
But the completion rate is another issue.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, that one it totally varies, lah.
I
But
mean,
what?
it's nice that they buy the course, but most of the
Yeah.
time they do complete. And that's the downside in the long run.
Yeah.
They don't see the benefit.
Yeah, I actually love the concept of community with course together, lor. So instead of just having a course by itself, you need a group. You need a group thing, lah. So you need to include what I see a lot of courses nowadays is they include weekly Q&As. They include Q&As different stages. So like if you have an evergreen course, then you have a Q&A for, let's say, people who are 1 to 4 weeks, and then another Q&A for people who finish it or in the middle. So it's not only the course, though, you need to include Q&A community
Correct.
with it, and so you cannot just sell a course anymore.
Yeah.
In a way, I totally agree. And
The
you
bar
point
has
out
been
another.
raised.
And I think Bob, brought up a very important point, which is he did not buy a course because of the course itself or the course creator itself. It's really because the relationship he believed he has established with the course creator, like Chris Do, like maybe Jason, is because you want to learn from him because you have been consuming a lot of content from these guys. So the key here is this, if you are new to the market in a way, let's say if you have not been seen or heard or you don't have a following in the market right now and immediately you want to come in and start selling course, I think it's a lot less likely to work unless
Absolutely.
because the building up to the the so-called the trust building and all that did not happen along the way. So immediately you want to start selling a course, that could be a flop.
Yep.
That could be something as well. But okay, now then GY was saying that Geru was what already? Geru was
Gero is the workflow. No, not workflow.
something like that.
The mapping of the
Funnel simulator
mapping.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy, I mean, I bought it and
it's a
I
funnel
returned it. Excuse me. And then TY was saying offer must be relevant and valuable and not just simply the picture, just throw a bunch of freebies you don't even need.
Absolutely.
The value needs to be there, not just the quantity of bundles given inside. Let's talk about bundle. And some reason, I mean, back then we kind of like, one of the things that we bundle like that is like, let's say, for example, the cost is 97 and I bundle you another like 597 free stuff and I charge you 97 and I tell you that, oh, you get all these and you get 80% discount in total thing, right? That is also something that used to work. But now I think people are no longer buying into this, like, I don't know.
They don't. I don't know. For me, I used to fall into that kind of trap. But now, no. It is. I think we've learned to be a lot more selective when we buy something or course. It has to solve a specific problem. And if it doesn't, you can give me 10 other things which is totally not relevant to what I want. To me, has no value. Although on paper, there's a value to it.
Yeah, on paper and the relevancy, I think GY nailed it. What do you think about this, Bob?
Yeah, I think all this come from that book that Russell Brunson had, The Expert Secrets Law. So if you are looking to create a webinar funnel, that is the best book to read. But everyone copy that same template. Start with a sob story. 5 years ago I used to be this, and then like the bundle also a bit hua zhong one. So the bundle is like this one worth 4K, 5K, 6K, and then 20K. But I only sell to you now 2K. So that one people already see to it. It's okay to bundle and to reduce the price of it, but I think you don't need to be too hua zhong lah. Don't need 20K become 2K lah. Okay, you can bundle it up. There people see it, and also like time limited. People also know it's not really time limited already. Like I don't do all that because for me, okay, so just to share, for me, I have a very smart audience, like possibly the smartest one, because people on LinkedIn, are like CEO, that, right? Like I do know some of my clients are all very smart people, right? So I first, like same like Jason, my first webinar sort of upsell is a call, right? I say, hey, if you want to have a call, let's have a call. From that call, actually, I can get B2B deal. I can sometimes work with big companies 6 months because of that call. So I'll offer the call first, and then I'll say, okay, I also have this group program. You want to join the group program, you can pay now. Sometimes they pay now for the group program.
Yes.
So I have two types of sales in it. Of course, like in the webinar also, I have first part, I offer like a guide. They will subscribe to the get me for the guide, and yeah. So I have two types. So for me, for a very smart audience, right? I think cannot be too hua zhong lah. Cannot be like, wow, this is like 20K become 2K, and I offer calls. Calls are the best. Especially if you can screen the people that book a call, that will be even better.
Works for me too. Calls nowadays, most of my conversion mechanism is through calls.
I think it's because the thing that we are selling is also a little bit different. We are no longer like
it's
selling
not mass market, like it's very personal.
It's not. Because I think what we are doing here is we want to offer more personalized solution right now, and we want to work with clients that we enjoy working with. I think that's the bottom line. Yeah, I think that will change a lot, And Chia is saying we watch how Mr. Young English course live in Douyin. Seriously, we no idea, man.
Never.
No idea, man.
Heard of him, but yeah.
Yeah, I say the bundle of freebies that throws in. It's like you buy one item and get a basket of freebies. But the problem here is when you get a basket of freebies you don't use, then it's basket then,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking.
It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, that's why when it comes to funnel building, I guess if you can pick up a few things from what we discussed just now, right, for the benefit of our listeners or our viewers who are out there who are trying to build a funnel, I think, in my opinion, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here. What makes a funnel work? I think first thing first is your core offer. You got to really have a core offer that what you're actually offering right now. Like, most of us are actually selling coaching program. So I think the core offer is the program that we're actually selling, or is done for you. Is it done for you, or is it done with you? That doesn't matter. But the core offer has to be very important, because only by understand. I mean, when you understand your core offer, then you'll be able to illustrate something like what we call the lead magnet that is totally related to the core offer. If you have a core offer that is not solid, then you won't be able to come up with a lead magnet that is working very well.
Absolutely.
So these are the two very important things. So a core offer has to be there, and then your lead magnet. So basically, when you talk about lead magnet, then there will be a lot more other things that we want to talk about, such as your landing page lah, your advertisement lah, if you run ads. If not, if you do like a LinkedIn event like Bob did, right, then how do you write your LinkedIn event lah? All these, you can actually go to LinkedIn and look for Bob Low, and you go and check out all the free webinars that he does every damn week, right? You can go and copy how he does his landing page and all that. So copy. We copy first. We don't care.
His landing page on LinkedIn itself, no landing page needed.
Nah, I mean, no landing page. This guy don't even have a website.
That's the cool one.
Like Bob was telling me the other day, he doesn't even have a website yet.
Yes.
Wow, this guy damn lazy.
His
Yet
website
he
is
so much
LinkedIn.
money. Powerful, man.
I have domain, no website.
Yeah. No,
Like
it works
that.
for you. It works for you. Because
Yeah.
LinkedIn is your best website possible. Because once people look at your followers, look at your size, look at your comments, you don't
Correct.
need anything fancy to showcase already.
Correct. So that side, then after that, right, what else do you need? You probably will need to have your pitch, your presentation and your pitch. Then only you'll be able to really convince people and make people feel that they want to work with you. So all these are few elements. I mean, I wouldn't say that these are all of them or the only few of them, but I would say these are the main ones. And of course, in between, there are some other moving blocks, right? But did I miss anything, Bob or Andrew, when it comes to this?
Pretty much that.
Pretty much that, right?
Yeah. Start with the
Is
core
it
offer.
for someone starting out? For someone starting out?
Hmm.
For
It's
core
for
offer,
some-
I would
yeah.
say start out with low price first lah. Try to, if you don't have money for advertising, you're bootstrapping, right?
Yep.
Then what they all do is they have the the lead magnet post on Facebook. They will have like, comment, I do this, I write like all the copywriting you learn. Then comment below. Then get your first webinar attendees from your Facebook audience, because that is the know you the most. Your 10-year high school or whatever friend will
Right.
come and attend. So from there, if you manage to, so for me, I always personally, right, I always work from low to high. I will push my price point until my sales go down. Then I know, that is the price point I should be. So I always start with, okay, so for someone starting, I'll start with, if someone buy your, let's say it's a course, right? If someone buy it, don't go for 2,999 straight away like Anthony Robbins. So that will not
Doesn't
work
work. Doesn't
unless
work.
you throw money. Because I know there are like people who teach people to sell courses in America.
High
They say
ticket,
you need to start with a $5,000
Yeah.
course, but then you will spend $10,000 to get that $5,000.
Right.
It's very
Actually
crazy
true.
one.
Actually true.
So
See, the thing is,
start
they
with
don't tell you one thing. They don't tell you about the refunds.
they don't tell a refund.
So
They
even
don't
if
tell a
they
lot of
sell a lot, they can tell you I made 6 figures, 7 figures. That is the sale, but they didn't tell you the back end. A lot of people eventually refund.
refund and advertising spend.
There you go.
These two
Advertising
are
spend.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm actually excited about what Jason discussed with me the other day. Instead of Facebook interest targeting or whatever lookalike targeting, go for bottom funnel, which is the keyword targeting on YouTube or Google. So that is something I am very, very excited about. So like, if you're starting out, just do Facebook, your friends, and then tap into other people's network. So if you are confident enough, do Udemy, do Skillshare. Those already have audience, so you don't have to create your own audience. If you do like Teachable or your own website, then you have to build a whole freaking marketing funnel.
Yes,
That is what we do lah. Like I can tell you, I tell Jason this. I stay up at night thinking about my funnel. How can I make better? What can I add to it? I told Jason, what can I add to it? Can I add Facebook ads to it? Can I add Google, YouTube? And then once I think about it, then I have to do it some more. So there's a lot of things to think about. As building a funnel, it's never the best until until it works very well. Then it's never the best.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to keep experimenting, keep churning it out. So
Yeah.
it's now better, and you change your product also. So that is what building a funnel is like. It's not easy. It's not
Yeah.
easy.
It's
It's
not
like what
easy.
I say, it's like a flywheel.
Oh,
And
yes.
I
you
tell
have to
people it's like a flywheel.
you have to constantly reinventing the wheel some more.
Yeah. Then don't forget you have a lot of support
Maybe
system
no,
around
no,
it.
not really.
I think
I
one
say
thing
it's
I
like a
learned,
flywheel lah. So
yeah, I think I wanted to highlight because the other day I was just, I mean, the reason why we sparked this conversation or we want to talk about this funnel building with Bob over here is because the other day he was just having a discussion with me. We had a call. So I mean, he was asking me this question, what else can we do in order to bring in more people? Then he actually got me started thinking because I'm an advertising person. So when I talk to this guy, right, this guy is 100% free right now, I was like, what the fuck? Then, but he got me thinking about like, hey, what else can we do? What else can we do beyond all these advertising platforms that we already have? And is there any other way that we can actually work with anyone else out there to expand our reach? Like Bob the other day, he was talking about, I don't know, man, you have to really follow this guy. I'm not sure, Bob, your YouTube is getting more active right now, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so guys, go to follow Bob on YouTube. Okay, look for Bob Low. You
if
see,
you're
one
not on
thing I
YouTube.
like about if one thing about this guy is he's always looking for different ways, and he got me thinking. I started to think about, oh, is there any other way that I like? Just now he got me thinking about, like what SlideShare, Udemy, all these things. Like I have not look at it for like donkey years. But then again, then I realized they are still there, and there are people there. So if you're able to offer something free and throw it into the market immediately, you can get a lot of people coming to you.
Oh, yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, so
Bob?
so we can bounce off a few ideas lah. So on the way here, I actually do my research.
Come.
Okay, number one, I on the way to this interview, I was listening to a YouTube video. This girl, she sell this amazing. I actually salute. She self-published a book on Amazon.
Okay.
Let's say the book is like Facebook advertising.
Okay.
Self-published the book on Amazon. At the end of the book, upsell the course. But a course also is like a mini course.
Right.
That book is on Amazon, self-published, and is she also spent Amazon advertising to push the book. So the book is powerful because on Amazon you got a lot of review. And then it's an Amazon book. So people want to buy a book. That means damn interested in the topic.
Absolutely.
So that is one very interesting. I think what I'm looking at right now is to collaborate. So if you talk about, let's say not Tony Ross, maybe somebody like let me just check. So if somebody like, let me just put it out. Okay, so like, do you know John Lee Dumas?
John Lee Dumas, yes.
Yeah.
John Lee Dumas, and maybe he also got with Anthony Robbins. So they have all their audiences: John Lee Dumas, Anthony Robbins, maybe with Amy Porterfield. What they do is they collaborate with each other. They do what we call the affiliate program.
JV.
Yeah.
JV. So they like for 1 month, John Lee Dumas will promote Tony Robbins stuff.
Yeah.
And he get a cut of it. And then after that, Tony Robbins don't need Tony Robbins just say this recommended, and then already can.
Yeah.
So it's like, because I think the reason why I say it's a flywheel, like Jason now or myself or Andrew, we can sell things quite easily because we put in the hard work. It's like really we climb a lot of mountain. We climb a lot of mountain. We really put in the farming and all this thing, right? So I say it's like a flywheel. It's like a flywheel. Flywheel is a heavy wheel, if you know. Very hard to spin. But once you spin it, it will spin by itself. It has its own momentum.
Yeah.
Very hard to spin. So like, for example, Peng Joon, now the wheel is damn fast already. He just need to do a Insta story. I have a today, then can sell already. Once you spin that flywheel, like Gary Vee right now, he doesn't sell a course. But if today he said, I have an NFT course, $299.
Sure, the whole world will come.
He doesn't sell but he sell the shoe Okay, his shoe sell out Once you spin that flywheel, like Neil Patel already has like a super big
Super
flywheel
big
already.
flywheel, yeah.
Super big flywheel, you can sell anything. Once you spin that flywheel, the challenge is to spin that flywheel, and who will stay? Like we all know all the success stories, but there is like the 1%,
Yeah.
90% or 99%. I don't want to say will fail. It's a very hard flywheel to spin. You have to be persistent. You have to, like all of us. Why we are in this? We never give ourselves a way back. We say we do this or we never go back to work. So
Okay.
so, right, I know too lah. That's what I do lah. Right, we will
100%.
do this until the end.
100%.
We'll do
The
this
bridge
until the end.
already
We
long time
live
already
as
lah.
homeless also never. We just do this.
Yeah, not come back
That's what
already.
it takes. That's what it takes.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, it's so a few things. Leveraging on other audiences. I would say also. I think I mentioned this to Jason. Tap into other people audiences. Join networking communities. Join networking communities, but not as a networker. Go and present something. Let's say make you let's say I told Jason this. Go and join a chamber of commerce. I don't want to say which chamber. Join a chamber of commerce or like maybe a small chamber of commerce, whatever. And if they had run webinars, be the speaker of the webinar. Yeah. Then you are immediately presenting. Let's say the chamber of commerce got 100 people, right? You're presenting in front of 100 people, but it's not cheap to enter. Most chamber of commerces, you need at least 2,000 ringgit.
Yeah.
Like you managed
How
to
much?
get in.
2,000 ringgit.
Yeah, a lot of communities.
2,000
ringgit. You join something like Asia CEO Club. That is like very cheaper lah. That was 500. Okay, so if I manage to speak there, I'll let you know. But like I have something called Asia Business Connect. So tomorrow I'm inviting Andrew to share for 10 minutes, right? Then it's like
it's tomorrow.
You will tap into my community. It's tomorrow. I tell you.
Oh shit! I didn't know what I thought you'd say a time.
Hey, yeah. So it's like I already sweat my blood and tears to build in my community. So Andrew have to just come and speak there, and then he forgot the day. So
and he forgot the day, and our friend never invite me some more. You see lah.
You invite you is have to be main event one. So then come and see Andrew speak first, right?
Okay.
You must start from KLFA first before you become the star, hello.
Yeah, but I can't say
come and see lah. The Asia Business Connect that I started, I just did the Euro one today. So always very international, like people from Thailand, Singapore, wherever, like your clients, everywhere. Europe, America also come. So all also at least they are business owner or working lah. Business owner mostly and working, and then I sweat blood and tears to create that audience, that community. I spent a lot of money, and then I just get Andrew to speak.
Climb mountains.
So the thing is to tap into other people's community. If you already have one and you can exchange then even better. Yeah. So if you like, let's say someone at the same level as you, and then you say, okay, I'll speak at your thing. You promote my course, I promote my course. Like recently, like I also have in podcast interview one, or not particularly this one, but let's say I was interviewed on also a digital marketing school podcast recently in Malaysia, and then like some people come and buy the thing. So you tap into the audience, they sweat blood and tears to build their audience, you see. And then you just go into their private group and share. So powerful.
Yeah.
But you gotta earn your dues, lah. I mean, to be fair, in order for somebody to actually give you a chance, you really gotta earn your dues by doing basically adding value upfront first.
Actually true. Very true.
Right? And that's very important, because you can't expect somebody like, I mean, honestly speaking, I followed Bob for quite some time. I've been one of his student on LinkedIn as well. The business connection stuff that he does takes a hell lot of effort to do it.
Totally respect that, man. Seriously, it's not easy.
I've nothing but respect for him. It's not easy to do. And I'm appreciative for you to give me a chance. It's just that I was so busy with some projects I totally forgot I thought it was something. But anyway, I will guarantee you. No,
it's okay.
I'll give you my 100%. Okay, one more thing. I think I had this chat with Jason before, and when we were doing when he was doing the 6-day challenge and all those things, and Jason has this epiphany that you shouldn't be following what the Western funnels or the guys doing it. which is true. I mean, if like Bob, you mentioned, people like Russell and Tony, they have built a name. And when they launch their funnels, they will have a lot of people coming in. And it requires very little selling. It's just basically making the right offer. And another thing I noticed is in US, it is very popular to have all these masterminds. Now, you mentioned John Lee Dumas. John Lee Dumas, Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, Russell Brunson, Frank Kern, and the rest of them. Frank, maybe not. Frank is a bit old, the old school type. But generally speaking, all of this, even one of these girl called Jenna something, they are part of a mastermind. And
Yep.
you're right, because they cross-promote their products. They leverage. What is missing in our area or in this field, which I probably, I'm still new, so I probably won't know, is we don't have this little mastermind where a bunch of people actually come together and they are already, like Bob said, they are almost on a similar level, but have different audiences, right? Like, for example, Joe Polish has Genius Network. Now, in order to qualify for Genius Network, you need to be, the fee is 100K a year, US dollars, to join Genius Network. Now, not only that, just because you have money doesn't mean you got to be making at least 2 million in revenue in order to join. Now, the good thing is, the moment you're in that level, you're dealing with all these guys like Dean, Russell, and all these things at that level. And that's how Peng Joon got into because Peng Joon joined Russell Brunson's mastermind. And from there, he grew his audience. And then he does cross-promote. I mean, Russell promotes his stuff and he promotes Russell's stuff. So that I think is missing from us, is that little mastermind of us. We are pretty much independent. Like now, technically speaking, the three of us, if we want, we can actually, I still promote Jason's stuff. And then he also sometimes uses his audience and help me with my stuff. And Bob, you have done that for me before as well. So on a smaller scale, but if we can do it on a bigger scale, then that makes a lot of difference.
Yep.
Actually,
I
very
would
true.
say one thing that is current is why I like Jason's content or Andrew's content is the premise is education. That is the premise. Like a lot of things that Jason do in his Q&A, right, are very good stuff. What is old school, right, is you do webinar and you sell. I really hate the Dean Graziosi. I'll say this like, fucking hell. You attend his webinar, you learn nothing one. Like, I listen to stories like, where's the
No
liao?
point.
No liao one. It's like eat the noodle already, no liao one.
Right.
Seriously.
Siao, I listen to Jason's Q&A and every like on Sundays I was like, oh yeah, I learned this and I learned that. I watched some replay that I learned, and people, that's what I do also. My webinars, I really give you my best stuff out there. You want to execute yourself, up to you, right? So I give in my Q&As, in my content, and I also say to people, watch what I do, and then they watch what I do, they can see a lot of things, right?
Yep.
Like my events, like if I am my Asia Business Connect, everyone comes from LinkedIn one. Now got a bit of meetup people, but all come from LinkedIn. If you're not a LinkedIn, I see people, LinkedIn experts selling on Facebook ads. I'm like, why you sell your LinkedIn thing on Facebook? Sorry, don't say it. Why you sell? So,
I know what you're talking.
so anyway, right? The thing is, right now, 2022 is you educate first, you share first, you give your best stuff out, and people learn from that, and then they buy from you. That is the thing. Don't try to sell first. Like what I see is like, wow, they do their story, sub story, and then try to sell. Right? Of course, you want to educate, you have to be very good at what you do, lah. You know how to educate. You have to be very good at what you do, lah. No bullshit, no mystical thing, right? You will be very good at what you do. You educate, you give your best stuff, and then you can sell very well. That is the new thing now. They want to listen or watch something and learn something. Then, oh, okay, I want to learn more. Then I buy this.
Actually, very true. Wow. I think this episode is pretty fun already, man. And today we don't have a website of the week because Manfred, never mind, we give him break for 1 week. Yeah. But okay, I want to quickly circle back to very important question, because the other day you talked about the LinkedIn thing, right? I was looking at LinkedIn because I never got into my LinkedIn for like the donkey years. And I was like, you say event like that, I have a webinar, proven with 6 months, close to 1,000 or more than 1,000 people have went through that, and I make very good money from there. What if I just throw this 1 hour webinar into LinkedIn? And can I just do whatever you do without needing to go through any much learning? I can just create a LinkedIn event and I can start inviting people, or do I need to do something else? Just for the benefit of like newbie like me or anyone else who wants to try LinkedIn event.
Okay, I actually helped Andrew with this last year. So if Andrew can remember.
Yes.
So you do need a number of followers or connections to pull it off. I would say
Yeah.
good if good is like 1,000. If not, a few hundred also can. So
I have more than
Andrew did
1,000.
his yeah. So more than 1,000, and if it's the right target lah, but it definitely can pull it
Right.
off.
Must be active.
So Andrew did his email marketing webinar, I remember last year, and then we did it, and then we launched it also. He got like 40 people show up for free. 40
Yes.
people show up. 40 people, and then very international. I think got people from Bulgaria or whatever come, right?
Germany as
So,
well.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so very international one. And he also we also did like live LinkedIn live to promote it, etc., etc. But all free lah. So yes, Jason, you can pull it off, and I'll choose some strategy to grow it also. But sell something that is relevant to LinkedIn lah, like e-commerce. LinkedIn is not a place to do e-commerce.
Because I was
Sell
thinking
something
maybe
like YouTube.
LinkedIn people, they might be, they are, I mean, I was just thinking these are the people who are maybe like decision makers and all that. They're probably marketing directors and all that. They are probably they have their team running ads on Facebook, but they kind of like, they probably don't know how to analyze it. Because my angle is my webinar is how to analyze Facebook ads. So the
If you're
angle
selling
is
strategy, it may work. If you're selling
Strategy,
strategy, it may work. So your Facebook
Don't
strategy
worry
is
about
one, your
that.
YouTube is another one. Yeah. But you
They
find
will
out,
sign
I
up
guess,
anyway.
if you run it.
They will sign up one. They will sign up like in my experience. So like one of my clients, Andrew also knows works with me. The boss attend. The boss will attend to find out whether the staff is doing well or not. And then he attend already, he tell the staff to come attend. And then he'll bring the
Makes
staff
sense,
onto sales call.
Ah.
Yeah. So the boss will attend. You want to know what is out there. But you need to on LinkedIn, most of the businesses are like service based. Like Andrew knows like service based, HR based, recruitment, very boring one. Very boring one.
Very
So
B2B.
you need to really, there's no exciting, not no lah, but they Unilever and stuff got this type of people there, but they're not looking for help. Most of the
Makes
small
sense
medium
also,
businesses on LinkedIn are service based, consultancy, mostly consultancy and
Coach, trainers.
accounting firm, all these things lah.
Interesting. No,
But can work.
I'm just brewing in my head, when I have time, then I probably just go and play it a little bit and see how. Because I never run anything on LinkedIn. Zero. Holy. And that's really like untapped market that I've never experienced before. So see how? Let's see how. And I will report back to you and see if there's anything that I can actually, like learn from you on this one. But fantastic sharing, seriously, like without realizing we're already coming to 11 o'clock right now. And
my goodness. Time flies when we're having fun.
I was just telling Andrew just now, with Bob in, I tell you, the topic can easily fly. Because the way you build your funnel is totally different. I think we can actually learn so much. And the way you learn, I like the way you learn. I think that's a very interesting quality you have. Because the way you learn is you really look at it and you reverse engineer, and then, you put it to your own use. I think that's something that...
Yeah, that's very important. So, Bob, I got a question for you. What is going to be your funnel for YouTube now?
I actually want to try YouTube ads. As well. But my YouTube, why I'm doing more content, of course, is like three of us know lah, but maybe the audience don't know, is to dominate the search, right? You want to like Jason like that, the Shopee, Facebook, or then you come out your face. I don't even come up for my own Bob Low. You see, very funny story lah. Not very funny lah, but now you search Bob Low, you'll find most of me lah. I can tell you a very funny story. There is one girl in Malaysia named Bob Low. You can find out.
Who's a beauty pageant.
It's
Yeah.
Champion, not champion. A few years ago lah.
And Bob Low.
Champion. I don't want to say lah. I want to say later she watched this. She has like 30,000 followers on Instagram.
We would like to invite
and she does
Bob Low
Instagram ads also. So even for my own name, I have to fight, you see. So I want to fight for LinkedIn. The funnel, I think I am still working out. I want to funnel it to maybe a webinar. So like I still have a webinar funnel. right? So that's why I'm exploring like, should I have a challenge video sequence funnel? But so far it's a webinar funnel. I still love webinar because I do every week. I can sell during the webinar, live selling. So webinar funnel I will do on YouTube ads, like get them to attend a webinar and then buy from me from the webinar. So lead gen, for if let's say I run YouTube ads, the YouTube ad would lead to my landing page for the webinar.
Awesome.
By the way, what's your YouTube channel? Let me see.
Bob Lower.
Just search for Bob Lower.
Bob Lower.
I haven't optimized fully. It's I just have a lot of content there. I haven't optimized fully.
It's a very good start. It's a very good start. It's a very good start. I can see you're already doing so much better compared to about 1-2 months ago.
Way better than me, man.
You know how I got 300 over subscribers? Last time only I same with Andrew, right? My YouTube channel actually went viral on Twitter for a while. So there's this, so very funny. There's this marketer. He is Malay, and then he watched my YouTube video. Said, "Hey, damn power! Like you can actually find." I just shared with Jason last week. I interviewed like Guy Kawasaki, Eric Still ran Fishkin, right? Many years ago lah. Like I regret I interviewed them without mic, like super cha one, lighting also cha, not even camera, Just shit.
It's okay. It's
so anyway,
content.
I interviewed them. So like this guy was so impressed. Hey, this guy talked to the best marketers in the world, and then he tweet out in Malay, and he say, "Oh, power niya, check it out." And that tweet, I think got hundreds of retweets and like thousands of likes, So over in 1 week, my channel like 50 subscriber grow to 300 plus. Now it's slowed down already. But if Twitter works, I know Twitter works. Twitter, if you viral, that's it. That's it.
Twitter is also another frontier. Twitter is also another frontier.
They say so. I would recommend you to check out. Like I always tag and do in some posts. Check out Dennis Yu. Right, he's very experimental, awesome marketer. He does Facebook ads. I think he does Facebook. He's talking about things like Twitter ads, TikTok ads, and things like that. So he's very versatile. So I love his stuff. I actually have done everything when it comes to marketing. You want to talk about it? I've done events. I've done Samsung, all these things. Big events. Marvel Museum also I do before, right? So, but I still learn every fucking day. I learn. I look at things. But so follow him. He has he said Twitter has the best audience targeting, but with Facebook price.
Because audience targeting with Facebook price. Wow.
LinkedIn audience targeting, he says, is similar to LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, why we do LinkedIn ads? Oh, actually, I also help companies with LinkedIn ads. It's very expensive. You can target like position and company. So let's say you can target everyone working in Shell, right? No, you can target everyone working in Shell. You can target everyone who is a CEO. You can target everyone CEO in KL or in Cyberjaya. You can go like Cyberjaya CEO only. You can do
actually
that.
TikTok ads also is quite powerful. I was recently experimenting TikTok ads. You're able to target people who are interacting with certain videos from different categories.
That's almost Facebook plus YouTube combined, really.
It's totally combined. You are able to target people who watch, let's say, motivational videos, and not just watch. Must watch up to maybe 50%. Then only counted as that. And you can actually even go by. You want to target people who like, motivational video in the last 7 days. Only you will see your ad. Those kind of bullshit.
Wow. So that is TikTok's secret sauce, because Facebook on standalone doesn't do that. You only look based on your likes, whereas YouTube is only based on video views, but there's no combination.
That's why now, if you unearth the power of each and every one of our advertising platforms, that's why we've been talking about omni-channel advertising now. You shouldn't be looking at just Facebook. I'm not saying it's gone. I'm still a Facebook
it's still useful.
It's still powerful, but it's not the only platform right now.
Absolutely.
It's not the only platform right now.
I love TikTok because like Gary Vee say, TikTok is an interest feed. It's not a follower feed. So on Instagram, it's based on who follow, then you see their content, right?
Correct.
On TikTok, it's like if you like to watch. I watched one guy on TikTok. He break rocks only one. So you see a lot of geology video. You keep seeing. If you like dogs, then you keep seeing dog video.
Actually, very true. Because the other day I was just telling people. Actually, very true. Because I was telling people, you go Facebook because you want to see what Andrew eat for dinner and all that shit. But you go TikTok, you don't want to see your friends dancing, You cannot tahan seeing your own friends dancing, man. You want to see someone else. Agree?
Yeah,
not?
who wants to watch Manfred dancing, man? Not
I tell you,
me.
this guy, this guy cannot sleep at night. I tell you, just because of you, Tiba mentioned him. But actually,
Yeah,
true, you know.
mine.
Actually, very true, because people on TikTok, they are. I mean, the whole mechanism of the whole system there is totally different. That's why I mean, we are really encouraging people to be a little bit more open and look at other platforms and look at the possibilities out there, because digital advertising is definitely beyond Facebook ads. I guess we have to.
So now, Jason, you're a TikTok fan already, lah.
I'm teaching TikTok ads.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. From a guy. So looks like I'm the one being left out, man. So it's about time I install my TikTok app already.
Oh, you don't have it? Oh, you must have it. I also have Xiao Hongsu, okay? I'm also exploring Xiao Hongsu.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. I have Xiao Hongsu.
Oh,
I'm going to post stuff there. Hey, it's
wow.
in a way Xiao Hongsu. Okay, so it's probably
It's a
pronounced as Xiao Hongsu.
Chinese
literal
one, yeah.
book, you know what it means? It's basically the book of communism, you see.
Oh,
So
yeah, true.
last time in China, they will pass around a book
The red
called
book,
the Xiao
yes.
Hongsu. It's about ideology. It's
The red book,
communism.
yes.
So sorry to say this live, I don't want to get
Yeah.
cancer, but it's about ideology.
Yeah,
So
it's
when
Bob,
you
it's
download
Bob. I didn't say that, it's Bob. It's Bob. It's Bob.
No, it is
you
what it
download
is.
the app,
Yeah, it
you
is what
download
it
the app.
is.
That's the hidden meaning behind it, But anyway, it's literally like very interesting, the app. I love it, I love it.
Oh,
And
okay.
okay, so we don't talk about privacy security. That is beyond. We don't talk about
Beyond
but
is
the app.
beyond is beyond.
I
We are
know.
marketers.
I know
We're not
some
cybersecurity
musician in.
experts.
Yeah, I know some musicians sell out shows because they are on that app, went viral, have a few thousand followers, and it's very interesting. That app is location based, so it's like TikTok add in locations. You can open and
Holy
see
crap.
what are the food posts around you, what are the hotel posts around you. You can go and see.
So guys,
But is that only for China market or is it?
it's beyond.
Oh, here,
It's
here,
beyond,
but
right?
you have to
It's
know
so
Chinese
big in Malaysia.
You have to know.
But must know Chinese, right?
Yeah, you must know
Okay,
Chinese.
must
that
know
pretty
Chinese.
much rule me out already, lah.
Yeah. I mean, welcome to the world of platform fragmentation. I think that's what we call the platform fragmentation. It's really happening. People are going places,
Yeah.
and you can't just have one presence that rules them all. You gotta really have presence where
No
that
choice,
necessary.
we used to say we'll niche into one platform, but apparently now, okay lah. I mean, depends on your capability.
Depends on
to
your audience,
actually-
depends on your capability. lah.
Yeah,
But I guess
to
we
actually
have to
post
be
content and all those
at the
things.
right place. lah.
You have to niche, but this is me as a marketer. I always see things that are successful. I ask myself, why is it successful?
Yeah, true.
Very true.
When people saw a concert ticket, I'll ask myself. I actually I will go and check out their Facebook ad. I will see how they started when promoting. Even something like a concert, I will go and see one. I will break it down and say, oh, they went viral here or whatever.
Yeah.
Or these are the ads that they spend. I'm very curious. I can tell you, I won't follow like people I'm not supposed to follow on Instagram.
Mhm.
Like Dato Sri Vida, okay? Not the best content. I follow because I want to know what's happening in that market.
Right.
As a marketer, I follow these
Yeah,
things.
yeah, of
I
course.
follow a lot of things that I'm not supposed to follow because I want to know what is effective in that market. I know what's happening in TikTok. You ask me what are the Indian influencers, Malay influencers that are happening. I know one. I can name. Even though it's not my space, I'm a LinkedIn expert, okay? Not my
Right.
space totally. I know what's happening. I know how people leverage it. As a marketer, you'll be super curious. What is growing? What is
But
exploding?
marketing is never platform specific. But the idea
Yeah.
platform is just a tool for you to get your message out only.
Correct.
The concept behind marketing
Yeah.
is to how to tailor your message.
I listen to conversations. Like the other day, people ask me, people start saying something, and then I say, as a marketer, I have to correct you. It's a correct. I am like a walking Facebook or Netflix like that. Seriously, you tell me
There
one
you
Netflix
go,
show, I'll
ladies
tell you
and
another
gentlemen.
3 Netflix show you should watch. And like there's this statement that someone said at the dinner table. He said, Sabah and Sarawak people don't eat spice.
What?
And then I broke it down for him. As a marketer, I notice things. It's not that they don't eat spice. Pepper comes from Sabah, from Sarawak. Pepper comes from Sarawak. So they definitely eat spicy.
Yes.
The main difference between East Malaysia and our eating habits here in West Malaysia is they are not used to Indian and mamak food.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that.
Yep.
Don't have it there. So you like we just like West Malaysia anyhow we say go eat banana leaf. To them it's like very strange one, eat banana leaf for breakfast. Very strange, right? No, but for us, it's very normal, especially people
It's
from
normal.
Penang, very
Yeah.
used to
Nasi kanda and all
Indian,
stuff.
North Indian, whatever food.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ask you a question. Maybe if Manfred is here, you can answer. What are the words that Singaporean use that Malaysian don't use?
Oh shit.
Very commonly.
Manfred is not here.
Maybe Manfred can. Maybe
unfortunately.
Manfred even don't know. So let's talk bad about it. Maybe even Manfred don't know.
What was that? What was that? What was that word? I have no idea, man. I have no idea.
I watch a lot of Singaporean. I watch a lot of Singaporean YouTube and Instagram content.
Right.
They use a lot of this word anyhow. Don't anyhow like this. Don't anyhow like that. If you watch a lot of content, they will say this word anyhow. Malaysian,
Yes.
we don't say the word anyhow.
We don't use anyhow.
Oh.
They don't use anyhow. They will sing.
It's
They
very
will anyhow
Singaporean.
use the word anyhow. We don't. They call it Thai Peng. Thai Peng auntie. We call it Zafan. That's also a main difference. And then like one slang I see they have so I watch a lot of content. One slang they say I'm very shag.
Oh,
A
that's
lot of Singaporean will
that's
say
new
one.
to me. Oh yeah.
Maybe Manfred don't know this one. So Manfred watch the replay, he will see.
You are
So
hanging
guys,
with a
I'm
younger
very
group, or
sad.
you're hanging with the older group, man.
I don't know who this guy hang out with, right? We definitely have to hang out
The
more
groups
with
I
this
hang
guy.
out never say stuff like this one.
We gotta
Anyhow,
learn from this
meaning,
guy.
Oh,
So guys,
if someone say I'm very shag, it means that I'm very tired.
right.
Shag.
You see a lot on Instagram, TikTok one. You go and search only shag means tired.
All right. I think definitely this is totally something that we have to look into, and then we definitely will have to have Bob back again for some
Part
fun,
2,
right?
man. We got to do part. Okay,
Definitely,
never mind.
this is cool. But nonetheless, guys,
Really hype Manfred.
I'm just saying, not to, but as a marketer, you have to pay attention.
Actually, true.
Absolutely.
You have to be like
Yeah,
a
true.
sponge like that. Say, what's happening, what people say, what is trending. Go and see.
Correct. So guys, be like Bob. You gotta be
Golden
curious.
nugget from Bob Lau.
You gotta be really like open your ears and eyes and all your senses to feel what's around and how they actually learn something from every single day life. This
That's
is
how
really
you get a
Bob
pulse of the
learned,
market.
and this is how we learn from Bob. Thank you so much, Bob, for joining us tonight. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Great chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the great chat. And guys, we do this every Wednesday night. Today, I mean, this 3 Marketer show, we're supposed to have Manfred, but today replaced by Bob, or probably we have a like he make up as Bob today. I don't know, but talk differently. So definitely not. It's real Bob. So guys, we do this every Wednesday night. Next week, we're going to come back with another session and we're going to have some different discussion. As we always do, we have fun. And
this is episode 94.
94. This is 94.
Oh,
this is
okay.
94. So we have 6 more episodes to go. Thank you so much, Bob. Awesome learning.
Thank you.
All right.
It was a great chat.
Yeah, great chat. And thanks, guys. See you next week. Good night. Bye-bye.